acid rain, drug addiction, international terrorism, freeway terror.
Stop. That's not what this episode's about.
Oh, what's this episode about?
James Charles.
Too many times.
Remember to smile.
Welcome to Too Many Tabs, a podcast where a husband and wife duo sit next to each other at a table. And it is our annual time of year where Mrs. P holds me down, opens my eyes like it's Bird Box, and once again teaches me about James Charles.
That's right, because you always forget. You don't remember the things I tell you.
It's no. It's not that I always forget. It's that I want to forget James Charles.
Yeah.
James Charles is a entity that I refuse to understand.
Yeah.
Because every time I see James Charles, I go, why?
Yeah.
Why? Why is James Charles?
I might have the answer to that. I can't promise I do. I don't know if I have the full answer to why he is.
Yeah.
But here's what happened.
Okay.
Recently, James Charles got into some more controversy because he got back in his DMs.
Okay, so here's the thing. I just want to start off by saying I should not know, as a 42-year-old suburban dad, that James Charles DM controversy should not already be a TikTok search term that pops up at the top of the comments for me.
Yeah.
But here we are.
Yeah.
Here we are.
We're back.
Here we are. We're back,
well,
baby.
It's not the same stuff as before.
Oh, it's not?
No.
Okay.
What happened is, I don't know if you heard Spirit Airlines went out of business.
I did an episode of Crashing Out about it.
Yeah.
You know who didn't hear about Spirit Airlines going out of business?
Who?
The Secretary of Transportation, because he was too busy taking a 7-month all-paid tour of the country, paid for by Toyota and Royal Caribbean, so he didn't try to save the 17,000 employees of Spirit.
That tracks so hard.
It does track,
okay,
right?
so here's the thing. Spirit Airlines goes out of business. Many people, like you said, lost their jobs.
17,000 people. That's just for Spirit themselves, not even the connected organizations.
Yeah. So one of those people, a young woman, started a GoFundMe because she was struggling after losing her job.
Okay.
And she wanted to get a little bit of, a safety net, build up a small safety net.
Okay.
So she makes this GoFundMe and she messages a bunch of famous people, I assume.
Okay.
Including James Charles.
Got it.
She sends it in his DMs and she's like, listen, I just lost my job. I have this GoFundMe. Anything helps, blah, blah, blah. And James Charles' response to this was to go into TikTok and scream at her that she's lazy and entitled and that she would have been better off, instead of creating a GoFundMe page, sending out her resume and getting a new job.
You know what? I don't think that actually even covers the venom that came from that.
Oh, no.
So you know what? Let's just go ahead and play a highlight of it real fast.
You know what else would help you? Getting another job. Welcome to the real world. I can at least understand if you were like, James, I'm a longtime fan. Here's a trillion years of DMs and my support for you. I love you. I'm suffering with a really rare genetic disease that there is no cure for, and I'm trying to raise money for myself and other people that have this. Maybe I would help. Maybe I would help because I love you and I appreciate you. This bitch, you lost your fucking job? What are we gonna do? Nothing!
So yeah, that's a bad person. That's a bad person, especially on you're lazy because the company you worked for went $8 billion into debt.
Yeah.
The company you worked for went so deeply into debt while the Secretary of Transportation took his 9 kids rock climbing.
He has 9 kids?
He has 9 kids.
If 9 kids are rock climbing all at the same time.
On a cruise ship.
Oh my God.
Yeah, he took them on a cruise ship. He has 9 kids. By the way, just so you guys know, our Secretary of Transportation, you know how he got the job? Do you want to know how he got the job?
Was he a Fox News host?
He done some stuff with Fox. No, but he also was on the Real World Road Rules Challenge.
Wait, was it The Miz?
No, it was Sean Duffy.
I don't know who that is. I only like The Miz.
Exactly. I know you know about The Miz from Road Rules.
Well, no, I know about The Miz from wrestling.
Yeah, you know about The Miz from WWE.
And then I was like, oh, right, he was that guy from the Road Rules.
Yeah.
But I clocked him only as wrestling.
Well, now you only know him as wrestling, but most people knew him as the reality star who became a wrestler. Not to be confused with the reality star who's in the WWE Hall of Fame, who is our president, who let Spirit Airlines die.
Everything is wrestling.
Everything is wrestling.
Here's the thing. I was looking at all the backlash that was happening.
Okay.
A lot of backlash happening. And people are asking questions like, why are you in your DMs?
Yes, James Charles.
Because here's the thing. When you have over 100,000 followers, your DMs are untenable.
Yeah,
there's no reason to be in there.
I can speak to that, actually.
Yeah, please do.
Real I will. So as somebody, because I think at this point, last I checked, it was like 5 million across all platforms.
Okay.
Right? Between TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, etc. I do like once a week, not getting our Patreon DMs, which are special and
different.
If
you guys are different.
Honestly, if you want to reach us, join our Patreon at promania500.net and then send us a message through Patreon. We see those.
Yeah.
But when it comes to Instagram in particular, Instagram is terrible.
Yeah.
Because Instagram has a request folder and then there's a hidden request folder. So I've had in the past, T-Pain went through this actually, where T-Pain discovered, he was like, why are none of these celebrities ever reach out to me? I'm this big artist. And then discovered there's a hidden folder inside the hidden folder because it filters so much stuff. But inside of all of those, between, I'd say 1 out of every 100 messages is actually from a human being and isn't just somebody reacting to a story or forwarding me a video that they think I might be interested, or just straight up a scam. I get so many scams, and I get a lot of GoFundMe or GiveSendGo or all these, like, I can't vet all of them.
Yeah.
And it's really like, unless I can find something that has been vetted and we can confirm, we've done a few for like GoFundMe where when the I-95 bridge collapsed, the driver of the truck, we found the kid's GoFundMe.
Yeah.
And we of his child. And so we went and we highlighted that one. And we've done a few other ones over time. They're so difficult to vet and there's so many scams that happen that you kind of have to be like, I am so sorry. And if, so I try to give where I can. And that's kind of where you have to treat it because I don't know if any of these accounts are real. And so it would actually make sense if somebody, I'm not saying this woman was. What would make sense though is if I was a scammer and I saw a big story like Spirit Airlines happen, I would pretend to be somebody say I just lost my job. But what she said was like anything helps. Anything helps. She wasn't even asking, I don't think was she even asking
guess how much she was asking for?
How much was she asking for?
I wrote it down. I'm pretty sure it was like $1,200.
It was under 2K?
It was under 2K.
He makes that?
Yeah.
So James Charles videos typically have like nearly 1 million views on Google.
Yeah.
I mean on YouTube. And then if you look at the breadth, he's making that in maybe a day.
Yeah.
Like maybe.
He's making.
Well, he's making more than that.
He's
in a day.
making well more than.
Yeah. But I'm saying though, is like for him, $2,000 is a tip.
Yeah, exactly.
That's just like a tip that you would leave.
So here's the thing. This whole James Charles thing.
Yeah.
I'm online. Ticket. Looking at, because here's what I knew. I knew as soon as the Spirit Airline thing, we had to talk about it.
Yeah.
We got to talk about it. And then I was like, I'm going to have to do a history podcast about James Charles because it's history at this point. He's been around a long time.
Oh, James Charles has been around.
This is a comedy history podcast.
Where two people talk about their opinions. Their opinions.
Jokes. And then I accidentally opened a lot of tabs and I ended up having tabs about Franklin Roosevelt and the New Deal.
What?
It got really crazy.
Okay.
And so that's what I need to do is I want to go through the history of James Charles so I can explain to you why this Spirit Airlines thing is so fucking insane. In a more unpacked way.
Okay.
Other than this man just yelled at a stranger and told her she was lazy.
Got it.
This is there's so much deeper to unpack in this, and then somehow I ended up.
So what you're saying is that we need to just take a whiff of poppers, dilate our brain, and allow the James Charles of it all in, so we can understand exactly how fucked up this is.
Yeah, and also I do want to be. I need to be clear for a minute. Hold on, let me look at the camera. This is an episode about girly pop stuff.
Okay.
Right? This is a girly pop episode.
Okay.
And do not get into my comment section and start talking about how you're tired of these, quote, soy topics. Okay. The first episodes of this podcast are about Jeffree Star, Hilaria Baldwin, and Girl Defined. This has always been a girly pop podcast that happens to have politics because everything relates to politics. Okay. entire show is for the gals and what the gals think is fun. And then we happen to talk about politics because Pearl Mania 500's here and he always wants to talk about politics. But girly pop, feminine topics and fun is the foundation of this podcast, not a thing that happens once in a while that annoys you. And if you think it's appropriate to call feminine adjacent things soy as a negative, you are in the wrong fucking place. That is if you call feminine things soy in my comment section, I'm blocking you from this point forward. Okay? Real rat.
Okay. This is how you. There's one guy who wrote a comment 2 weeks ago that this is about on YouTube. So, guys, before we go any further, like, subscribe, comment, give us 5 stars. Write your favorite soy latte recipe in the comments.
People drink oat milk now.
Is it oat milk?
It's oat milk now.
You know what I heard about oats?
What?
I heard oat milk. I don't know. I can't think of anything. I can't think of anything that doesn't end up actually turning into a conspiracy theory.
Yeah.
That's one of the issues is even if you make a joke, it becomes a conspiracy theory real fast.
Yeah.
I just discovered that the whole hantavirus, FEMA camp conspiracy theory bullshit that's been going around on TikTok is from an X-Files episode from 1996. Because again, anything is just like the Simpsons episode we talked about. Everything absurd becomes real.
Yeah,
it just becomes real
because
because
monster under an escalator in an old mall right now.
Yeah, just right now, just waiting. Yeah, okay.
So where did James Charles come from? Let's start there.
Okay, mama's vagina. That's what I'm gonna guess.
Upstate New York.
Okay, bad enough.
His full legal name is James Charles Dickinson.
Charles isn't even his last name?
No, it's his middle name.
His last name is Dickinson?
James Charles Dickinson.
Okay, all right.
His
now here's the
family
thing.
is deeply unserious people for that.
Deeply unserious.
His dad's name is Skip. Skip Dickinson.
Listen, I don't want to throw stones at names. But if someone was like, "Hello, I'm Skip Dickinson," I'd be like, "I hope." Okay. All right.
As a young teenager, he used to upload makeup videos onto a YouTube channel he created. Also, a lot of singing videos. He loved to just sing pop songs.
Yeah.
They're not good. He does not have a good singing voice.
How old is James
in my
Charles?
opinion?
How old? When was he born? Do we know?
I didn't look that up, but he's in his 20s.
There's no way he's still in his 20s.
Listen, now I gotta Google it.
I need to know. I need to know when was James Charles born?
How old is James Charles?
That wasn't
Google.
what I asked. I asked when he was born.
He's 26 years old. He was born May 23rd, 1999.
How is he 26? I feel like I've heard about this person now for 17 years.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he's a young teenager. He's making terrible YouTube videos, in my opinion, and they were catastrophically bad. I want to be honest.
Okay, yeah, but he's a child.
He's a child.
He's a child making YouTube because we looked it up. He was born in 1999, right?
Yeah.
So because of that, YouTube starts in 2006 is really when it breaks out to everywhere. So he was born into YouTube almost.
Yeah.
There's a whole generation after him that they don't know a world without YouTube. But James Charles is so we're early YouTuber, early adopter, playing around with it. And it was from a time, too, when you could just throw stuff on YouTube and you weren't expecting to monetize it.
Yeah.
You weren't expecting to throw to ads or, have that Google AdSense.
You just wanted to share your thoughts with the world.
You were just trying stuff. And this was back in the day when, oh, my God, the local news would cover you. This person got 10,000 views on YouTube. Are they the next viral sensation?
Anyway, he decides, this is separately from his YouTube, that he hates his yearbook picture.
His yearbook picture.
Yeah, so basically, like I said, he's really into makeup. He loves to put on makeup.
Okay.
And he has his yearbook picture taken and he hates it. So he paid to have the photographer come back so he could redo his yearbook photo. Okay. This is what it looks like. Blocky eyebrows, a full lash, a bunch of highlighter, a chiseled nose, and then also a top knot bun with the shaved sides. This is the most quintessential 2016 image that has ever been taken. Yeah. It is so 2016.
That is very 2016.
Yeah.
Also, it's very teen to care.
Yeah. And there's a second picture of him putting on his highlighter. It's just, it's so 2016. It's incredible.
Yeah. Wait, he had 67,000 likes on that post on Twitter.
So yeah, that's what happens is he posts the pictures of his yearbook photo shoot, the one that he paid for.
Okay.
On his Twitter account.
Okay.
And it went super viral.
Got it.
And it was like a big, big deal all over the Twitter. And he gets so much attention from this viral tweet of this images that CoverGirl, the famous makeup company that's been around for 65 years, and that Tyra Banks has been having these young girls fight over to get a deal with, reaches out to him and makes him the first cover boy.
Got it.
Yeah, so he gets a CoverGirl deal out of it.
Yeah, and this is 2016. So we're right in the beginning. This is like at the height, I want to say, of a term I'm going to use. It's like post-game. It's right around Gamergate.
Yeah.
It's, I would say, like the woke wars, where there's an online discourse, especially around gender and gender fluidity, that now when we look back on 10 years later, the entire time looks like at a canon event. And there was a lot in there too, because this is part of the novelty of James Charles.
Yeah.
Is that James Charles is a boy putting on makeup.
Yeah.
And not doing full drag, not doing, these, like, it was a different thing. So everyone's like, oh my God, is this the new generation? Our boy's going to start wearing makeup. Even though, in fact, men have worn makeup forever. The president wears makeup.
What?
Yeah.
He's not naturally that color?
No,
you're talking about his hand.
No, I'm talking about the whole thing, baby.
Oh.
No, president wears makeup. All TV personalities wear makeup.
Yeah.
Like,
you wear makeup.
I wear makeup when I go on TV.
Yeah, that's true.
And then
I was going to say the woker.
Well, there's the woker, which I debated about whether or not to show up when you told me we were going to do James Charles.
No.
I really did debate it. But on top of that, though, when you do TV, when you're under certain lights,
you got
there's sometimes where I look real bad. Where I turn to you and I'm like, I got a thing right here. We need to cover that. And you're like, well, then I got to do your whole face.
You got to do your whole face?
I know. We just go like that. And you're like, no.
That's how you look like the president's hand.
That's how you look like the president's hand.
You got to do the whole thing.
You got to blend.
Yes.
You got to blend. And that's the one thing I will give James. James Charles.
Sometimes blends.
Sometimes. Okay. I'd say in that he blended.
No.
No?
So fun fact, his campaign as the first male brand ambassador was announced by Katy Perry on her Instagram.
Okay, so they're tying them all together.
Here's a picture of her with 17-year-old James.
Okay.
I hate that.
And this is while she was married to Russell Brand.
Yeah, probably.
So, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Well, yep, all right.
Well,
That's not great.
she has like a weird history of like being too touchy with young boys. Like the Justin Bieber of it all. Like there's like a lot of weird stuff with her.
Kid.
Yeah, I mean, we already know she's weird. We did a whole episode about
We did a whole, apple cider vinegar. But the one thing I'll say is also when you mean being weird with kids, I think there's also the Katy Perry of it all is the Kids' Choice Awards of it all. Yeah. It's more along those lines because she knows. It's kind of the same way like the band Cat's Eye.
I don't know what.
Cat's Eye, the girl group?
The girl group, yeah.
Yeah, K-pop. There was a video I saw a while ago, and it was of two gay men went to a Cat's Eye concert.
Okay.
And they're thinking, yes, it's going to be, yes, honey, it's going to be cunty, and it's going to be all this. And they got there, and it was 12-year-old girls.
Yeah.
It's because, some of this stuff is like, they need to market at children who then grow into it. You're planting seeds.
Well,
kind
here's
of like
the
this
thing
shirt.
I don't like about Cat's Eye. Oh, I love that shirt.
Thank you so much.
Oh my God, what a great shirt.
It's a
what
great
a great
shirt. Okay.
Okay, no, the thing I don't like about Cat's Eye and a lot about the pop groups of like current times is that all the girly pops are the same. And because like I grew up in a time of Spice Girls where each one had her personality.
Yeah.
You're like, there's Scary Spice, there's Sporty Spice, there's Ginger Spice, Posh Spice. Like every group like that had a different personality. Like Beyonce came from a girl group.
Yeah.
And like and that happened with the boy groups as well. Like Justin Timberlake came out of a boy group. Like it was like each one was like, oh, he's the cool guy, he's the hip hop guy, or he's the lovable one. You're like, that's Lance Bass. You're gonna find out later about why he's like that. But nowadays they're all the same.
Yeah.
They don't have like a different personality. Not that they're not prepackaged personality points, but like it's weird that they don't each get to be their own individual.
No, well, so the reason why is because on their individual pages is where they're slightly different, but they all present similar on stage because we now grow up at a time where knowing how the sausage is made and how it's being consumed is part of the fandom.
Got it.
So before with the Spice Girls, the conceit, the bullshit of it kind of was, as at least the Spice Girls were sold to America, was that, oh my God, these are 5 ladies who came together and girl power. And oh my God, look how 5 different women can come together, girl power. Now we cut them down from 100.
Yeah.
We figured this out and we've cut them down to 6, probably 5 now. But that like they've cut them down to this level. And this is it. And this is the marketing package. And people know exactly who their choreographers are. People know everything about them.
Yeah.
And the background. It's the same thing. Again, not to say everything is wrestling, but the same thing happens with wrestling now where like people don't enjoy wrestling matches anymore. They talk about the ticket sales. They talk about the ratings of it. They talk about the booking. They talk about everything around what's actually happening both on the stage or in the ring. And that is kind of part of all of this. And James Charles here is kind of right at the end of that because now having Katy Perry launch your cover boy, people immediately on TikTok will be like, plant.
Yep.
You can't do this now.
Yeah.
Because now they're like, oh, Katy Perry's involved? Okay, what agency is he with? Okay, who's the manager?
Yeah.
What's the marketing
team? What are his parents do? Is he a Nepo baby?
Yeah, immediately. People are immediately going to the Wikipedia
Nobody was asking about Skip Dickinson until I brought it up.
Nobody. I never heard of Skip Dickinson. Okay?
He's a contractor in upstate New York.
Oh, really? Okay.
There is a very funny video of like James Charles trying to learn his dad's trade and his dad's like trying to teach him how to like fix toilets and stuff in the house.
Yeah.
And James is like in nails with a full beat of makeup.
Yeah.
And you're like, Dad, I don't know. And you're like, this is probably the funniest dynamic in real life.
It's probably the most they did together.
Yeah.
Yeah, James Charles does feel like, why do I have to hold a flashlight?
Yeah.
I was the flashlight kid.
I got more than the flashlight. I was taught how to do the things.
Yeah, I know. It's been very evident in our household, which is why now you talk to contractors and I sit at the side and go, that seems a little much.
What color is it going to be? So, fun fact, I also, when I was pulling up this stuff about Coverboy, because he's the Coverboy.
Coverboy.
There was a short time that there was a makeup company called Coverboy. And I know this because it was created by one of our favorite drag queens, Willem. He made a makeup company called Coverboy that got a lot of cease and desist letters and had to close the brand. And the thing is like, I'm pretty sure, this is just my opinion, I think Willem just made Coverboy so that it would cause legal discourse so that he could sell it out and then not worry about it later.
Yeah.
I see you, girl. Like,
yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
We love Willem.
He's the best.
We love Willem's problematic ass.
He's my favorite.
That's the thing is sometimes when people are like, separate the art from the artist. I'm like, no. Take them together.
So what else did I think about? Okay. There's all this fame, 2016. What's the only response to getting a lot of viral fame in 2016?
It's never been easier to eat healthy thanks to Factor. Factor meals are designed by dietitians and prepared by real chefs. Ready in 2 minutes. No planning, no cooking. Factor has a wide variety of meals, all made with nutrient-dense ingredients. It's easy to fit any diet, goal, or schedule. Factor's menu changes all the time, so you never get bored. This month features golden corn and shrimp risotto.
Which is really good.
It's really, really good. And here's the thing. Mrs. P loves Factor.
I do.
Because we're busy.
We're busy people.
We got a toddler.
He's running amok.
And on top of that, the thing about Mrs. P has been very open about, she's got the celiacs. And the thing is that's been great is all of the meals that we have on our Factor plan are gluten-free.
But they also have gluten-free pasta.
I know, exactly.
And it's good.
But I didn't even realize they were gluten-free until I was like, oh, you can't eat that. It has pasta in it. And she was like, they're all gluten-free. And we've enjoyed them so much. It helps cut down on the stress, the mess, and so much more. And they're all so delicious. Factor also has delicious breakfast options, snacks, and drinks. Think matcha latte protein shakes for nutrition on the go. Head to factormeals.com/too-many-50-off and use code too-many-50-off to get 50% off and free daily greens per box. New subscriptions only while supplies last until September 27th, 2026. See website for more details. And thank you for sponsoring us, Factor.
So it's 2016.
Okay, it's 2016.
We have a lot of fame going, a lot of viral fame.
Yeah, because James Charles did a yearbook photo.
And he's a cover boy.
Cover boy.
Okay, so it's 2016, a lot of fame, viral fame. What happens next? historically.
You go on Ellen.
That's right. He went on Ellen.
He went on Ellen. He survived going on Ellen?
That's what I was saying. He should have been decimated by that.
Ellen used to drain the virality out of people.
She was a fame succubus.
The only person who could survive was Kaylin Allen.
We love Kaylin.
Kaylin, we love you.
Hi.
We love you. But that's crazy.
Yeah.
So James Charles goes on Ellen.
Yeah.
What do? They put on makeup?
She's like, what do you do? And he's like, no, I'm just like, I just love doing makeup.
I just like makeup.
It's vanilla. It's
Yeah.
boring. So around the same time.
That's not what happened to Ellen.
What?
That's still my favorite.
I love that.
I love the fact that Ellen DeGeneres would have a job if it wasn't for 9/11. And if you understand that joke, go outside, touch grass, literally. Get sun on your face. Maybe plan a hike with a friend where you can talk because you haven't in too long.
So around this time, also some tweets come out because, of course, he makes racist tweets.
Oh, he had racist tweets when he was a child.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and he made his first apology video about the racist tweets. Hold on, let me show you what it is. Okay, don't worry, I have a link to James Charles' racist tweets. It says, I can't believe we're going to Africa today. Oh my God, what if we get Ebola? James, we're fine. We could have gotten it at Chipotle last year.
Wait,
Yeah,
he was making an Ebola?
He was making it, he was traveling to Africa.
Okay.
And he was making a joke about how he's going to get Ebola in Africa.
And then he also was making a joke that a bowl from Chipotle bowl.
Yeah.
So he's making a pun about a deadly disease in Africa.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And he sent this is after he became famous?
No, this was in 2017. This is like, I'm saying, like after 2016,
Ellen.
Yeah. Then we have our his first real controversy.
His first controversy.
Which is going to be, he's going to Africa as the ambassador for CoverGirl.
Oh, that's not great. So he's going on behalf of a brand.
Yeah.
Got it. Because I was like, it's a bad joke. It is a bad joke. It did remind me, though, there was a lady who got canceled mid-flight to Africa.
Oh.
Yeah, it was a long time ago, but there was a lady who she posted some fucking tweet about I think it was something along the lines of I'm going to Africa, hope I don't get AIDS or something.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah. So she posts this tweet, gets on the plane, this is back when planes didn't have internet.
Yep.
By the time she lands, she had been fired from her job.
Yeah.
Because it was like a 12-hour flight or whatever, and it went viral across the internet, and everyone was posting popcorn eating gifs and everything.
Yeah.
And I think she wrote a book about it. Because
but we don't remember who she is, so that's
but now you can post that and become, I think, the head of the FDA?
Something like that.
Something like that.
So
he posts about Ebola
makes an apology.
Makes an apology on behalf of the brand
and himself. You know.
Okay, yeah.
It's Twitter apology.
Yeah.
Okay, now he's also at the same time becoming very popular on YouTube more than before, and because he's doing collabs, he does I forgot what they were called. I didn't even write it down. Him and Emma Chamberlain and the Dolan twins create a little. Yeah, no, don't make me unpack any of why I know that.
Okay.
So they start doing filming videos together, and they grow their whole brands together. Anyway,
is it like a hype house type of thing?
Yeah, it's like Hype House, but they don't live together.
Okay,
they just always film together in LA.
In LA. Okay, so do they all live in LA then?
They all lived in LA. At that point.
So they just do weekend visits, I guess,
basically,
little
and they do
parties?
vlogs, and they drive around. They go to McDonald's or whatever.
Yeah.
It was all very that,
Okay.
So he also makes plans out a cross-country tour called the Sisters Tour.
The Sisters Tour.
Because famously, whenever he starts his YouTube videos, he goes,
"Hi, sisters."
Okay.
That's how he starts all of his YouTube videos.
That's how he starts all of his videos?
Yeah, so he made the Sisters Tour.
It would be so funny if we forced Mr. Third to put together a compilation of James Charles saying, "Hi, sisters."
Yeah.
But we're not going to do that because the baby was sick this week and we're recording a couple days late. But also, speaking of tours, crashingoutour.com. I'm coming to a city near you.
I only put this little nugget in here.
You put that little nugget in there just so I could do the promo?
Yeah.
You're so smart. I love you.
I'm a thoughtful person.
Thank you.
So his channel's rapidly growing, insane numbers. By 2019, he has 16.5 million followers on YouTube.
How many? What is this? 2019?
16.5 followers on YouTube.
Okay, that's a lot of followers.
Yeah.
That's a big number.
That's a big number.
That's a big number. I looked pretty recently. He's at 26 million, something like that now.
Yeah.
Which is crazy because, like, he starts getting canceled a lot after this.
That's the thing about being a white guy on the internet. You canceled, but your numbers still go up. It's very odd.
Well, I think there's
anyone else would face repercussions.
So I actually have a theory is that the subscriber base never goes down. Like followers, subscribers, when you see some of these people get canceled over time. Because I've watched with my own numbers when people have tried to create controversy about me. I've watched it with other people. Is the only time you'll see it go down a little bit is if they were cusping. So like if you're at like on TikTok, for instance, right? So if you're at like 1.1 million, you might not actually be at 1,100,000. What you actually are, at least on TikTok, is you're at 1,050,001.
Got it.
It rounds up. And so you lose 10 followers, then people go, oh, they lost 100,000 followers. No, they didn't. They lost 2.
Yeah.
So they just dropped down to 49. And so it's like that, like, those type of things can happen a little bit. And then a lot of these platforms have also kind of removed some of the tools and the data scraping to be able to see that stuff. It's like with downvotes on YouTube, thumbs down.
Yeah.
You can't see how many people thumb down things
I know,
anymore.
it's sad.
Yeah.
Bring it back.
Well, the reason why it went away, part of it was because of Lady Ghostbusters and other things.
You know what?
I know.
Why?
I know your
Lady
feeling.
Ghostbusters.
Lady Ghostbusters was a cultural Gamergate touchstone moment that had ripples in culture.
That and I didn't understand because I just wanted to enjoy Lady Ghostbusters.
Because you don't understand how Jeffrey Epstein and Breitbart Bart cooked people's brains to put a pedophile in the fucking White House on behalf of Israel.
So this is the thing. He's rapidly growing. Now, there's a lot of people in the makeup space because that's where he's at. He's in the beauty makeup space on YouTube because he's doing his makeup. Jeffree Star, Manny MUA, Tati Westbrook, Laura Lee, Nikita Dragon. And for some ungodly reason, Shane Dawson's going to show up.
Yeah.
I just need Mr. Third to put a clip of him being like, guys, I'm kind of getting better. Anyway, that's deep cut. No one will know what that is. Well, no, the people will know what that is. You don't know what that is.
I don't know what this is. You're throwing out names that I've heard in passing many times. Also, about half of these names you have desperately tried to explain to me.
Yes.
Either on this podcast or off camera.
Yeah.
And every time I just went, no.
Yeah.
A lot of these are ones that I've refused.
But you can't now.
I can't
Cameras
now.
on. Mics
Cameras
are
on.
You got to learn.
Yeah.
So here's some more backstory. We have to go back a little bit into something else so we can come back onto James. Wait, nope. I didn't mean like that.
Oh, Jesus.
So Jeffree Star, who's an evil yak goblin.
Oh, God damn. I actually know what that means. That's the worst part. Jeffree Star owns a yak farm.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. He's a bigot psycho.
Yeah.
Oh, he looks like a vampire.
He does look like a vampire.
Okay, Jeffree Star, go.
Yak Goblin has 15 million followers at this time.
On YouTube. Got
So,
it.
of course, he sees this younger, fresher face quickly passing him, in my opinion. And he allegedly starts plotting against him with the other beauty gurus. And I guess the plot is to, like, get him canceled or something, or like just make it so that he's a pariah in the space.
So real fast, because this is wrestling.
Yeah.
This actually, no, straight up, guys. This exact stuff happens in pro wrestling all the fucking time. You have a hot new talent comes in, and the old guard in the industry can immediately decide, do we ally with him and make him part of our in-group, or do we bury him? Do we destroy him right now? Or there's a third option.
What's that?
Which is you bring them in and you drain all the charisma from them and then cast them aside. That is Ellening. That is Ellening to a degree that most people can't process. But Dusty Rhodes used to do that all the time.
Yeah.
It was actually like a Dusty Rhodes thing, straight up. I'm describing Dusty
Don't
Rhodes.
they call that aura farming now?
Yeah, now it'd be aura farming a little bit. Aura farming is also just like in wrestling cases and maybe Kardashian cases as well.
Yeah.
You're not really doing anything. You just kind of stand there like. So like Roman Reigns aura farms. He's not that great of a wrestler, but he has amazing entrances.
Yeah.
That people look at that. You're just farming. You're farming the cheers by doing really nothing. But in wrestling, Dusty Rhodes would always partner himself. Dusty Rhodes was the Ellen of his day. he would partner himself with the new hot talent that was coming up. He'd always tag with them and do a bunch of things until they kind of cooled off, and then he would move on to the next one.
Wow.
Triple H and Shawn Michaels, they would destroy people through Degeneration X and other things, and they would stab a bunch of wrestlers in the back. It's the reason why The Rock hates Triple H and Shawn Michaels to this very fucking day. And then completely destroying him, though, it's just Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, of course.
That's just completely destroying him is Hulk Hogan. But yeah, that's kind of like how all that kind of works around.
So everything is wrestling.
Everything is wrestling. I can make everything wrestling the same way you can make everything Philadelphia.
Woo!
Speaking of Philadelphia, look at this. Look at this victory. Soldiers of the Soil victory garden in green.
No more wrestling. Back to beauty gurus.
That's right. Okay, sure.
So while this Jeffree Star stuff is happening over here, Tati Westbrook. Do you know who Tati Westbrook is?
Only because of you.
I know. You're welcome.
Because okay, I have a feeling something's coming up here.
So Tati Westbrook is she's a beauty guru, but instead of selling just regular makeup and stuff, she decides she's going to start selling skin and hair vitamins, supplements, because Tati Westbrook might be smarter than the other beauty gurus because she's like, I'm going to go into some unregulated sales. She's like, let me sell skin and hair vitamins, which is very notoriously unregulated.
Yeah.
So she makes this vitamin situation her whole personality. Her brand is called Halo Beauty because, again, it's a halo. It means it's angelic.
Okay, got it.
Get it?
Got it.
And I remember when it came out, it being pretty pricey because I remember watching the videos and being like, "Oh, I would try those." Because again, I'll try any pill.
Yeah, well,
no questions asked.
Yeah, this is one of your problems earlier in your life.
I was like, "Oh, I'll try them," but then they were so expensive that I was like, "Oh, I don't want to try them because I'd be pissed if they worked, and then I'd have to buy them forever."
I love that was your idea. You would be mad that you would get hooked because they would work so well.
Yeah, like if they made my skin look really glowy and my hair grow back really thick and luxurious, and then I had to spend like $60 a month on these pills, I'd be so mad. Better to not know.
On the other hand, I'm like, oh, you stole $60 from me because you're selling me a bunch of hokum bunk. I'm mad about the $60 that I'm definitely out.
Yeah.
This is oh my God, this says so much about our personalities. Because you're over here, because this is the same thing about like gambling.
Yeah.
Like some people, when they're at the slot machine, right, and they pull the slot machine, some people think, oh my God, what am I going to do if I win? That's going to be great. Not me. I'm thinking, oh, I just wasted $5.
Yeah, me too.
That's where my brain is. But yeah, that's the difference. Yeah, go ahead.
I don't like gambling.
No, I know you don't.
So you can actually, this is the thing, that business actually tanked. Because she got sued by her business partner.
Halo
Beauty. But then I was looking it up because I was like, how much were they? Because as I was typing this, I was like, I remember being like, oh, they're too pricey.
Yeah.
So I put it in. Turns out Halo Beauty still exists. She was forced to step down, I believe, allegedly, from a business partner that sued her. So the website, you can still buy them. She's not on there anymore.
It's just, was her name Tati?
Tati. And so I'm like, who's buying Tati vitamins without Tati? That's crazy.
Yeah.
Anyway, these vitamins are her whole thing. You need to know that.
How much were the vitamins?
I feel like they were like $60 a bottle.
Okay,
I'm pretty sure.
Which is pretty. That is pretty pricey.
That's a lot for
pretty pricey
every month.
Yeah, and you can't get insurance copay on it.
No. You can't use your HSA?
No, you can't use your HSA.
So anyway, the vitamins are her whole thing. And at the same time that she's putting out these vitamin pills, there's this new thing bubbling up, popping off in the culture. Gummy vitamins.
Gummies, you say?
Gummy vitamins.
Gummies, you say? Huh. I wonder how that would pop up. You know, right now, it feels like the world's a little dark. And the reason for that is because we can't feel the sun. And that's why I love IndaCloud. It gets me up there just high enough that I can finally feel some goodness in the world. IndaCloud has everything. Gummies, vapes, pre-rolls, edibles, and zero-calorie THC sodas. IndaCloud is the fully legal online cannabis dispensary for you. And especially for me right now. Because there's some days where Daddy needs to take a little vacation, but can't afford to leave the house, which is why I get where?
IndaCloud.
That's right. All IndaCloud products are federally legal THC. Everything sold is DEA certified and lab tested. If you're 21 or older and a new customer, go to indacloud.co. That's .co, not .com, and use tabs for 40% off your first order. That's indacloud.co, code TABS for 40% off all month long. Ship discreetly to your door. Plus free shipping on orders over $50 and $30 in free gifts on qualifying orders. After your order, to fill out the survey and tell them Too Many Tabs sent you. Enjoy responsibly, and thanks to IndaCloud. Talk about brand integration. Okay, go ahead.
So all these companies realize that nobody wants to swallow pills anymore. They all want a little sweet treat.
Everybody wants a little chewable.
A little chewable sweet
Everyone
treat.
wants a little chewable. Also, can I tell you something real fast?
Yeah.
Just because, like, I take medication. It's pill form.
Yeah.
Don't tip your head up. Tip your head down.
Yeah.
Goes in easy. It's weird. But the first time I put it in, I went like that. So right down. Easy. Didn't even need water for it.
That's incredible. So the whole thing is that the gummy vitamin people didn't realize they were on the precipice of pivoting to weed gummies. They were just like, oh no, we're going to do vitamin gummies.
Yeah,
and it was a huge hit. People loved them.
Yeah.
So this is, okay, back to James Charles. This is where all the bad things start to happen within the beauty guru world of it all, right?
Is this Dramageddon?
This is the beginning of Dramageddon. Okay, but this is the question for you. Where do all bad things happen for the yearly sacrifice of our social media influencer every spring like the fucking Wicker Man?
Coachella?
Yes.
I knew it. I've been calling this. I've been screaming it forever. Every year, at least one influencer gets canceled at Coachella.
Yes.
It's so fucking crazy.
And it's the curse that James Charles started.
Oh my God. The fact it all ties back to him is so fucking wild. Okay.
Okay, so James...
I'm in. I'm sat. I'm ready. Okay.
James is at Coachella.
And
everything is cool. He's taking his pictures. He's wearing a slutty little outfit. He loves the slutty little outfit. Good for him. But here's the thing. He doesn't have security, right? And so this is his version. He doesn't have security, and he's getting bombarded by fans. Yeah. He's getting overwhelmed by people.
He has 20 million YouTube subscribers. Yeah. Like, he's massive. And, like, Coachella is his target demo.
Yeah.
Mrs. P and I talk about this all the time. I'm in this weird space right now when it comes to how well known I am, where... Sometimes I can go out, nobody recognizes me, and then other times I accidentally walk into my demo. Yeah. Like a Haley Williams concert. I went to a Haley Williams concert, and every 2 feet I walk, someone was like, and I was like, hi!
Also, you should not refer to it as a Haley Williams concert. It was like you went to church.
It's what
you went to a spiritual experience.
Give me your hand. Give me your hand. When I saw Haley Williams in Philadelphia, now it's called Franklin something, but it used to be the Electric Factory. It's the worst venue in Philadelphia, just so you know. It's the worst venue. Best concert I've ever fucking seen. Even though I could barely see it because the way the place is set up, they actually have so many goddamn blind spots that I'd say about a third of the audience couldn't actually see the fucking stage. The best concert I've ever heard, though. Yeah. Incredible. She is a force, and they could never make me hate you, Haley.
Never. Why would you? Why would you?
No. So James Charles is alone, no security, getting bombarded by fans. Yes. Probably getting overwhelmed.
Yep.
Okay.
So he reaches out, I'm assuming text messages, another influencer, B2B influencer named Nikita Dragon. Okay. She's super problematic, but whatever. She's part of the story. She is like, he tells her, hey, I need security. I don't know what to do. There's so many people bombarding me, blah. And she's like, bet. I'm currently working with Sugar Bear Hair. Sugar Bear Hair is the gummy vitamin company. They're very popular at the time. This is the gummy vitamins that Kylie Jenner is selling on her Instagram, right? These are the premier gummy vitamin. Okay. And in her mind, in Tati's mind, this is her biggest competitor. Okay. So she's like, it's Tati Westbrook versus Sugar Bear Hair, which to me, I'm like, I don't think you're actually in competition.
No,
you have a completely different demographic than Kylie Jenner.
Yeah.
But whatever.
This is a steakhouse fighting with McDonald's. Yeah. That's kind of how that feels.
Exactly.
All right.
So Nikita makes a call and gets Sugar Bear Hair in contact with James Charles. And they're like, listen, if you cut an ad for us at Coachella, we'll pay for your security detail.
But he could probably just afford security.
He could probably just afford security. This is his story.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, got it. Okay.
So this is his reasoning.
No, I had to do a sponsored ad. That's why my life was at risk. I had to do it.
And the only way I could stop it was to do this sponsored ad for gummy bear hair vitamins.
Oh my God.
But actually, here's the thing. It was not for hair vitamins. It was for melatonin gummies. Different.
Okay.
So actually, Tati doesn't even have that in her market brand. She doesn't have melatonin pills.
Yeah, which you can get melatonin gummies anywhere, by the way.
Yeah, you can get melatonin anywhere.
Yeah,
you should know.
I
buy the scariest melatonin.
I do. Listen, grocery outlet, baby. You never know how well it's going to make you sleep or if you'll wake up. Melatonin from grocery outlet. It is probably illegal. Grocery outlet.
So.
Oh, actually, they actually have a theme song there. It's like grocery outlet, bargain market. I'm like, is it?
Is it?
Is it?
I get my weird pills there.
Also, you get to get a meat that you have 12 hours to eat.
You got
12 hours.
You bought strawberries?
I bought.
You better eat them in the store.
We bought canned peaches there that went bad. Think about that. Think about that. Grocery outlet, bargain market.
So Tati freaks out when she sees this ad.
For melatonin.
Melatonin gummies. She's like, this is my arch nemesis, my biggest competitor.
How dare you mention that brand exists that the Kardashians are pushing on television?
So she freaks out. She's all over Twitter crying about betrayal and what it's like when your best friend betrays you.
Her best friend who's a child. He's like 19, right?
Yes. And she's
Tati's
like 37.
Girl.
She's grown. I don't think she's actually 37. I don't know how she is, but she's in her 30s.
Imagine if you guys, I want you to think about this right now. Imagine if I was beefing with a 19-year-old.
It would never happen.
This is what we mean, though. It's like there's times where you go, like I've seen 19-year-olds who are fucking up on the internet, and I go, okay, canon event, that's your thing.
Yeah.
You're not fighting in the space. It's a child. Like at 19, I'm like, your brain isn't developed.
But also being like, I've been betrayed by my best friend. Okay, it's weirdo behavior.
It's weird also for that be that old and to have a 19-year-old as your best friend. I'm just throwing that out there.
Okay, but anyway, this whole time, Jeffree Star and Shane Dawson may have been in her ear talking some weird shit about James, suggesting that he's always flirting with straight guys and like that he's like a alleged groomer, right?
Okay.
So like Jeffree Star has Tati's ear and he's whispering about this stuff, and then when
he's like worm tongue.
Yeah.
He's like worm tongue whispering into that 37-year-old hag's ear.
And
no, you can't trust the twink.
So
this is so fucking stupid.
So Tati makes the now iconic video.
We've covered so many topics on this fucking podcast.
Yeah.
So many topics of so many things.
Yeah.
This is the dumbest. I just want you to know
I
that.
know.
All right, keep going.
Okay. Sometimes we have to do things for the fun.
I know. No, listen.
Fun.
I agree with you. I'm just thinking back to 4 years worth of episodes. This is like episode 177, I think. Not even counting the story reports, which we actually just put one out on. There's actually a story report. It's on audio only. You can't find it on YouTube.
No, it's audio only, guys.
Yeah.
Okay. So Tati gets so mad.
Okay.
That she gets into her filming studio. She turns on the lights and the microphone. Okay.
Which is a lot.
It's a lot. And she records a now iconic YouTube video, which she titled "Bye, Sister."
Because he says, hi, sister.
Exactly.
Oh, I should have made Mr. Third make that compilation. Honestly, do it right now. We'll pay overtime.
The best is like during this portion of what's now called Dramageddon.
Yeah.
They're so good at titling.
Yeah.
And like as now YouTube people, titling is so important for some fucking reason.
No, it's SEO. It's a whole thing.
But like "Bye, Sister" goes so fucking hard.
"Bye, Sister" is sucking. Oh, especially if you know, because all of these people, James Charles, Jeffree Star, Tati, all of them, their fans are the true parasocials.
Oh yeah, for sure.
That's the reason why James Charles, I believe that James Charles had an issue at Coachella.
Yeah.
I do 100% believe that.
Sure.
Because the people who see James Charles would be like, oh my God. And each one of them are going to have the same reaction over and over again and run up and feel like they know them, especially when you have somebody who has been growing up on camera.
Yeah.
Because James Charles, as you showed, 17 years old when they first broke. And so they're like 19, 20. I don't think he's even 21 at this point.
Probably not.
So it's like you see this person growing. And the other thing that happens, especially for this style of content creator, since I'm one of them, people who watch them take off and watch their launch feel that they were a part of it.
Yeah.
There's a lot like with Doechii.
Yeah.
When Doechii won the Grammy and all these other different accolades and things, there's so many people who are like, we picked the right one.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, okay, but they also worked really, really hard.
Yeah.
And they spent years
like
getting
that
to that
picture
point.
of the iceberg underwater where you only saw the top part. You didn't see the decade of work she put in below water.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. So she makes this Bye Sister video.
Yeah, Tati.
And in this video, she details the grave disloyalty for shilling melatonin gummies.
Yes.
Also, she talks about how James Charles talks about sex too much, and he was flirting with the waiter at her birthday dinner.
Okay.
And like it's about like he also is always flirting with straight guys. And like she's talking about it in this very like I can it's like a clutch pearls straight white girl, like he's flirting with our straight men. Like it's very weird.
Yeah, like he's gonna turn them.
Yeah, like well, no, like as though it's an insult to straight men. Like I don't know, the way that she phrased this whole thing made me very uncomfortable when I watched it.
It's gay panic.
Gay panic. That's what it is.
Yeah.
She presented it as like sad, victimized white woman gay panic. Right? That was like kind of the whole thing about it. And so everybody is like screaming at James Charles now. And I'm like, okay, but you're 30 something years old and you have a 19-year-old child at your birthday dinner.
Yeah.
And you're monitoring how he's behaving with flirting with boys. I don't know.
But it also feels like one of those things where there's these situations happen like this where at the time, everything's fine. And then upon reflection and gossip, now you have to do a turn on it.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the way now, now Elon didn't want to go to Epstein's Island.
So I don't know if the video dropped before or during, or if it was just the Twitter, like, because she was on Twitter, ticket, Twitter, screaming, yelling, crying, throwing up. But then she cut the video, and I don't remember how the timeline works out. But I did want to just say that this happened is after Coachella, James got on a flight and like flew to another country. I think he was like going to like
Europe or something?
Europe or Hawaii or something. Like he was on a long flight.
Yeah.
And so he gets on his plane, and then by the time he lands, he has been canceled. And
That's such a fucking... Can I tell you, as somebody who makes content, who is going to be traveling, crashingouttour.com, I have to now debate with myself on, like, because you get on those flights and you're like, oh, like American Airlines gives you like 20 minutes of free internet. Like, here's a little taste of free internet. And you have to debate, like, when am I going to use it?
Yeah.
And then, like, you touch it and it's like, all right, you want to pay $75 so you can stay online? And I'm like, I'm strapped in a chair. Yeah. But it's only 3 hours, and it's like, it's only 3 hours to California or whatever.
I think my thought is like, number one, save the money.
Yeah,
but two
I know.
is like, if you're in a plane,
what could he have done?
You're in a tube flying through the sky. You can't change anything that's happening on the ground.
No.
So buckle in and read your book.
No, you could do.
What?
Never mind.
So he no. So what he does is he gets to his hotel room and he cuts an apology video that's really bad. Because he's like jet lagged. It's bad.
He cuts it too. Also, that's the other thing too, is he didn't talk to a PR professional.
No. He's been on a flight.
Yeah.
He checks into his hotel and is like, oh, Jesus Christ, panic. I need to apologize.
Yeah.
Also, on the internet.
What does he apologize for, though? Does he apologize to Tati for pushing other gummies?
It's the gummies
Or does he apologize for the alleged straight guy stuff?
Well, here's the other thing. People are talking about the straight guy stuff. And you know who came out against James Charles in this? Zara Larsson.
Zara Larsson?
Yeah.
Okay.
Remember Zara Larsson?
Yeah, well, now she's having her moment.
I know, but I still don't know who she is.
Yeah, okay.
But when I was looking at this, I was like, oh, the name Zara Larsson is familiar because you always bring her up as like a pop culture thing. And I'm like, I still don't know who she is.
She is one of those ones, just like Cat's Eye, where I'm just going to, listen.
I'm face blind.
I understand. But I'm just going to say this. There's something else happening there.
So
this is the way the clip channels work, the way some of these fan accounts work. There's something else happening there because I've heard the songs. I'm like, I guess, sure. I'm not really into that.
Zara
aesthetic.
Larsson is on Twitter, Twitter.
Yeah.
And she's like, James Charles slid into my boyfriend's DMs. And she's like, my boyfriend's straight, and James Charles slid into his DMs, blah, blah.
Yeah.
She did have to later retract this statement because James Charles only sent her boyfriend one message, and then I guess he like commented something on a post. But like, she was like, he slipped into my DMs and blah, blah. She like kind of blew it out of proportion.
Yeah.
I think just to get in the conversation.
Yeah.
Now, this whole time, Yak Meat Star is tweeting all kinds of shit, calling James Charles a danger to society. And Shane Dawson's in the mix now.
Yeah.
Because at the time, Shane and Jeffrey were doing this collaboration video. It was a documentary, in quotes, collaboration video. And this is happening during the drama. So people are tuning in to see if they're going to talk about the drama on the YouTube videos.
And the YouTube videos are actually ads.
Yeah, they're actually ads
They're basically
for their
undisclosed.
makeup that they're going to sell.
Yes. Okay.
And each video is getting like 30 million views in real time. Right? So they're getting money.
Yeah, which is just to put it completely in perspective, that's like bigger than playoff games.
Yeah.
They're getting like like TV shows aren't getting 30 million anymore. Yeah.
So he makes an apology video, right? Titled,
Who's he?
James Charles.
James Charles, thank you.
James Charles makes an apology video titled, ready? No More Lies. It's a good title.
That's a good title.
It's a good title.
That is a good title.
But he apologizes for not giving a Tati the heads up about the gummies. But he has like a bunch of screenshots, or his, we call them receipts, that he wasn't being predatory to straight boys. Okay? He's like, I may have not told you about the gummies, but I am not predatory towards straight boys via these screenshots I have here.
Okay.
All right? Okay. Now, that was in...
Can I just real fast?
Go ahead.
I don't think you can, okay. There is... There's so much gay panic tied into that little aspect of this.
Yeah.
With the predatory to straight boys, or oh my God, I went after my boyfriend type of bullshit.
Yeah.
Which is like just straight up like homophobia. We live in a world where you actually, there's gay people who are coded straight and straight people who are coded gay now. Like the way everything is played around, there's always been, with gay men especially, you have to put yourself out there to see if the person you're talking to is actually on the down low.
Yeah.
And like of where these things go when people come out. And there's some bullshit with that.
Yeah,
that Jeffree Star in particular, if involved with this, would know.
Yeah.
And that's the reason why I say that. It's because there's some fucking with
Jeffree
that.
Star, who famously has said that he used to hook up on the down low with like basketball players and football players.
Yeah.
He would they would be in his DMs and he'd meet up with them.
Yeah.
So like he understands.
But also, if you hit on a straight man, the straight man can just say no.
Yeah.
Just say, I'm not interested, I'm straight, I'm not into
This
that.
is the thing.
This is the part that really bugs me.
Is the man word. Because a lot of this, it seems he may be flirting with young men, 16, 17-year-olds online.
Okay. Well, 16, 17-year-olds are not young men.
They're boys.
Those are boys.
Yeah, they're
okay.
boys.
So that's the difference.
Yeah.
That is a different thing. If you're going after minors, completely different.
Exactly.
And then this is your.
I didn't even get there yet.
Oh, okay. Got it.
In June of 2020, he addresses that video. The No More Lies video comes out in May of 2019.
May of
right?
2019. Got it.
His apology, people eventually forgive him, apparently. His followers eventually forgive him.
Or they just don't, they just move on.
They just move on.
I think part of it is, it's not so much that people forgive, it's that they forget, or they go, oh, he's still posting?
Yeah. Huh?
Honestly, posting through it at this point, I've come to a realization with cancelization that if you can make it to the end of the week, you're fine.
Yeah.
It's really like if you can make it past like one weekend, you're not canceled.
Yeah.
I'm dead serious, because for most people, they go, oh, well, I mean, 100,000 other people are watching it.
Yeah.
And that's how this works.
And then Netflix books you.
And then Netflix, or you go on podcasts, because you then immediately, for a lot of smaller podcasts, you become an easier guest. Looking at Louis C.K. Louis C.K., like when Louis C.K. got canceled, you know what he immediately did after I want to say about 6 months? He hopped on stuff like the Matt and Shane podcast. He hopped on like other podcasts. These smaller comedy podcasts could then get a big guest because he was available. Same thing like John Travolta did Pulp Fiction because John Travolta wasn't getting big movies.
Yeah.
So he went and did this, like slummed it on an indie. So an indie could get a name that people recognize, and then it grows.
And then it was that good meme.
That's
That's
what
my
are you
favorite.
talking about?
I use that meme a lot.
What are you talking about? I'm a crazy Scientologist. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? I'm in the closet and I use my weird cult religion to bury it.
About a year later, June of 2020.
Well, we're all busy.
We're all deep inside. We're done.
June 2020. This is the height.
We are inside.
And people are posting passionately about woke politics.
And Tati Westbrook releases a video titled "Why I Really Did It." Like she's fucking O.J. Simpson out here. She basically blames Jeffree Star and Shane Dawson for getting in her ear for the James Charles situation. She says that they met up and apologized with each other.
That she and James met that up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Her and James made up. They're friends again.
Okay.
And that everything that like she said or thought had been fed to her by evil Jeffree Star and Shane Dawson.
This is, just so you guys know, for wrestling fans, this is when Vince McMahon pulled the hood back and yelled, "It was me, Austin! It was me all along!"
Yeah.
This is a level reveal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And okay, so after she releases Why I Really Did It, again, everybody's so online that this is like Dramageddon re-exploding a year later.
Yeah.
And there's a huge backlash towards Jeffree Star and Shane Dawson. And this is when Shane Dawson's like weirdo YouTube past gets brought to the surface. Because here's the thing. I didn't know any of that weird stuff about Shane Dawson.
Yeah.
Because I didn't watch Shane Dawson when I was young.
Yeah.
When I was, in my 30s, I got fed in the algorithm Shane Dawson doing like a haunted video.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, this guy seems silly. That was like the first time I ever heard of him, he was doing like a haunted video.
And conspiracy stuff.
And I was like, that's interesting.
So you didn't see him doing blackface?
No.
Yeah.
He just popped up one day, and because I'm watching haunted videos, and so he's in the haunted algorithm now. And then I'm like, oh, okay. So when this stuff started coming up, and I think this happened for a lot of people, they had Shane Dawson as this documentarian who was like doing documentaries with Tana Mojo and like blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
And so when all this stuff from his youth came up, people were like, wait, what?
Because he used to do like 6 to 12 minute sketches, and he would do characters, and he would put on literal blackface.
Yeah.
And there was a bunch of early YouTubers that fell in this world.
Yeah.
Because it was under the radar. It was pre-algorithm. It really was pre-algorithm. But also, this is the same thing. We've mentioned this kind of with Charlie Kirk, but I've also noticed this now with Marjorie Taylor Greene. I'm starting to notice this with Tucker Carlson and others. Some of these people, the individual viewers, might have a better idea of a larger breadth of them. But because of the way the internet works, it's that iceberg meme again.
Yeah.
We all are only seeing, I don't think of it so much as the iceberg. I think of it more of the facet of a crystal, like a diamond. We're all looking through one part of it and then seeing it on the other side. So in the instance of Charlie Kirk, when Charlie Kirk was killed, a lot of people had violently different reactions to them.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people were sold different versions of Charlie Kirk. We only ever saw racist, asshole, homophobic, transphobic, Nazi Charlie Kirk.
Yeah.
Because that made us mad, so we engaged with that. So the algorithm continued to show us that, and then people saw that that was trending in their algorithm, so then they kept making content about it.
Yeah.
Other people only ever saw church Charlie Kirk because their algorithm knew they liked church content, so they wanted to be sold sermons.
Yeah.
Other people only saw lifestyle Charlie Kirk, where he and Erica Kirk would do lifestyle shit and sell merch.
I didn't even know. I guess, okay, all right.
And then there's other people. I mean, one of Charlie Kirk's biggest videos is arguing with a kid, a college-age kid,
Yeah.
about pancakes versus waffles.
Ugh.
That's one of his biggest videos. It's not the racist shit.
Yeah.
It's not arguing with trans people. All of that shit, because again, just like we've talked about with Candace Owens and now Marjorie Taylor Greene, there is a whole new generation of people who are being introduced to Marjorie Taylor Greene as a woke anti-genocide warrior who is pushing back against Donald Trump, and not somebody who was Donald Trump's strongest soldier for the last 6 years, who still is a racist, transphobic bigot who would do anything to make sure that there are mass deportation camps all across America. Marjorie Taylor Greene, I just covered this on the most recent episode of Crashing Out. Marjorie Taylor Greene is a fucking Nazi. And she wants to kill millions of people and institute a white Christian nationalist country. I'm just throwing that out there on this comedy history podcast about my fucking opinion. But if she wanted to actually make change and actually sacrifice a political career, she would have stayed to the end of her fucking term instead of cashing out. All right, I'm sorry. There we go. We can get back to YouTube makeup now. But this is similar though in that.
Listen,
which is why so many people were shocked about some of these old YouTubers.
Yeah, no,
because a lot of them show up and you don't go back to the first video.
And so Shane Dawson does in fact get canceled.
Yes.
Jeffree Star also is correctly raked over the hot flames for all kinds of different controversies.
Mm-hmm.
He really and this is in my opinion, he didn't really come back until he got on TikTok, and then now he's like a TikTok shop kind of guy.
Jeffree Star.
Like, I don't think Jeffree Star makes long form YouTube videos anymore. I think he just gets on TikTok live and gets cowboy hats and sells makeup.
But this is exactly.
And he makes a lot of money.
But this is the other thing too. You only get canceled on one app at a time now. Oh. There's now so many apps. They used to blend together a bit.
Yeah.
There's now so many apps that you can be a completely different person on each one. Right, John Marco? There's just like a thing. Well, he called somebody the C word on Twitter and was getting canceled, and nobody on Twitter for like a weekend. And nobody cared on any other app. And I was like, yeah, this is how it works now. You can get in trouble over here, not over there. You can this person gives a shit over here. That's how it goes. Unless somebody grabs it and drags it across to another area.
So anyway, James Charles.
Yeah.
Okay, back 2020. He and Tati make up. And in 2020, James Charles has 25 million YouTube subscribers.
That's a lot of YouTube
because people love mess.
People do love mess.
But also he has no accountability for his bad behavior.
But also beyond loving mess, having your name out there puts you in SEO. And once people interact with that, even if they hate it, it then still puts you out more. And then you get a higher click-through rate because you're being shown to more people.
Yeah. Also, he decides to pivot to the coolest new app in town in 2020. TikTok.
There it is.
TikTok, baby.
There it is. Back when the Chinese knew how to run a proper TikTok.
Yeah. It was so much better.
It was so much better.
Okay, so around this time, the 2020 TikTok times, young men start to pop up stating that James Charles is being inappropriate to them.
Oh.
Sending them sexually aggressive DMs, nudes, and like, there's this one young man who was like, he was talking to me about this, and then I was like, I'm only 16, and he responded,
"Time."
No.
Well, no. I'm with you. I just want to go ahead because we do this all the time when we talk about with the Epstein thing.
Yeah.
People like to say young women. We're going to say young boys.
Boys, yep,
because they are minors.
Yep.
They're under 18.
Sure, yep.
And I understand in some states there's difference with statutes and everything else.
I don't know those laws because I'm not a weirdo.
We don't know those laws, but if they're under, like young men, same with young women, is a weasel term. So let's go ahead and fix that. If we're going to do this for getting rid of the term young women, then let's do it for men as well.
Got it. So these boys get online and they're saying that like he's using Snapchat, I believe.
Oh, like Eric Swalwell.
I don't know who that is.
He's a congressman who was sending dick pics through, and he's no longer. He was.
I don't understand Snapchat culture. I am too ancient of a crone.
I know, because we're 42 years old.
I don't know.
There was actually a thing that Mrs. P and I actively chose to never touch Snapchat.
I said, wait, what?
We said no, and we've actually been offered money to go on Snapchat, and we're like, no.
That's the one that Chris D'Elia was.
Yes.
That one?
Yes. Same issues with the ages, too.
Yeah.
Allegedly, in our opinion, on this comedy podcast. Hey, wait, hold on. I forgot I have a soundboard. Hey.
I thought I hid that.
No, it was right over there the whole time.
Well, at least you haven't found the board yet. So, all these people are coming out, all these boys are coming out saying that he's behaving inappropriately, making sexual advances through DMs.
Okay.
Whether sometimes the boys are reaching out to him, sometimes he's reaching out to them and being like, you look so cute in your picture or whatever. It's so messy and convoluted because they're also like making response videos through Snapchat and TikTok to each other. And this is around what year is this? This
around?
Is like 2020-ish.
2020, 2021.
Yeah.
So and there was a thing that was happening around this time across social media because there was a wrestler who got in trouble for a very similar thing. The Velveteen Dream.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he got in trouble for messaging minors. There was a few others though that this was kind of happening. Basically every emo band had at least one member where this came out. And again, this was not just young boys, but also young women. But it also goes into, there's a thing that was an open secret for a very long time until the Me Too movement, which was if you got famous, then you were allowed to prey on teenagers.
Yeah, Rod Stewarding.
Rod Stewarding, if you look at basically every band from the 60s and 70s.
Yeah.
Ted Nugent.
Yeah, oh my God, he adopted her.
Yes, there was a few of them did.
Yeah, they were big into adopting girls.
Yes, and to take across, because that way they could take across state lines. Elvis. A lot of these different stars, one of the things was they got access to teen fans.
Yeah.
And then they would go and prey on them.
Yeah.
And it was between the Me Too movement pointing out this is evil.
Yep.
And then lockdown of a lot of people really, again, sitting there and looking back.
Yeah.
And finally, during lockdown, many people for the first time in their lives had at least a 2-week vacation, even if you were, what was the word they used for us? Essential worker.
Essential workers.
Even if you were an essential worker, you got a little bit more time to just kind of sit there and think and digest. And that's why we started having conversations around race, around sexuality, around gender, around the Me Too movement, around all of these different settings that were a baseline in our society, and why we had such a reaction to it in 2020.
Yeah.
And what we're living through right now is the backlash to that reaction of us actually opening our minds and realizing that things were wrong.
Yeah, the backlash to the backlash.
To the thing that's just begun. Bo Burnham.
I didn't know who he was until the Netflix special, Inside.
Yeah.
And he was apparently a YouTube star too.
Yeah, and I've always been a big fan of his.
I did not
Yeah,
know
exactly. And Bo Burnham has even said it. Some of his early videos, he looks back now on as problematic.
Yeah.
But again, they're written at the time from a perspective and from an age.
As a young child.
As a young man.
Okay, so aggressive DMs. All this is coming out. And
About
bubbling
James
up
Charles,
James Charles on the internet. And he does what any person on social media would do, is he makes a Notes app apology and posts it on Twitter.
Oh, okay. That was the place to do that, was to make a Notes app apology.
Yeah.
Now, you don't need to do a Notes app.
Yeah.
You know why?
AI.
No, Canva. But also, you have Canva, but also now Twitter, if you pay for a blue check mark, you can write longer.
Yeah.
So before, a Notes app apology was because you had too much to say that couldn't fit in 280
But also
characters.
you shouldn't be using Twitter, in my opinion, because it's owned by a Nazi.
Yeah, crazy Nazi.
So there's that.
Yeah.
Anyway, in his Notes app apology, one of the last lines in his apology, in air quotes, I have air quotes going, he says, "I'll make sure to ask for IDs from now on."
You kind of have to do what? Okay, that's all right. That's like admitting to it.
You know what that doesn't say? I'm gonna stay out of my DMs.
That's 100%.
If boys are gonna message me, if most of my audience is girls and boys that are younger than me, that are younger than the legal age of consent, and they're messaging me, I shouldn't be in my DMs responding.
Yeah.
Maybe. He doesn't say that though. He says, I'm going to be fishing in my DMs, but I'll make sure to ask for ID from this point forward. That's it. That's how I took it.
That's crazy.
How I took it, right?
Number one, it's crazy. Number two, at that point, you're at such a size. Because, listen, we have a team that for our emails.
Yeah.
Because we get so many scam emails that get sent in.
Oh, my God, yeah.
And that's just at the size we're at.
Yeah.
And, we have a smaller YouTube channel, but I have a larger social media presence. And just to go ahead and scan through those, it goes through other people, so it's filtered.
Yeah.
To keep a disconnect. It's the same thing too. When I do happen to go look, like that once a week or every couple weeks, where I go, let me go make sure there isn't something in here I'm missing. Because I find, can I tell you something that's crazy?
What?
2 years ago, the Philadelphia City Council fucking DM'd me. And it got stuck in a filter somewhere. And I only discovered it one day because I was mad. And I went to Philadelphia City Council's fucking Instagram page, saw that they followed me, and went, what? And I was like, what do you mean follow back Philadelphia City Council? And then I clicked on messages, and there was a message sitting there. And I was like, what the fuck? Anyway, in these moments of when I do come across something where I look, I also then take it to you, and I go, this one looks a little odd.
Yeah.
Again, there's a thing that happens when you are a content creator. You have to have real meat space people that you know and touch, and that especially from before all this stuff popped off.
Yeah.
That you can kind of check in with and make sure.
Yeah.
And make sure that you have an alibi for. And corroborating evidence.
I'm sorry, what are we talking about?
Nothing. Don't worry about it.
Okay, so...
They were dead when I got there.
Hey,
What?
whoa.
Hey.
Whoa.
Hey. Okay, sorry. I've been interjecting a lot.
Yeah.
I'm gonna let you. I'm gonna let you just throw information at me for a bit.
Oh, you're just, okay, great.
I'm gonna be quiet.
Let's see. Somebody, okay, Mr. Third, put a timer right here and see how long he stays quiet. How many seconds? Now there's all these grooming allegations start coming to light, and he releases a video on YouTube titled "Holding Myself Accountable." Now he releases this video about grooming allegations titled "Holding Myself Accountable" on April 1st. Fast forward to 2024.
That's our anniversary, by the way.
Okay,
That's the anniversary when we got engaged. I couldn't hold it in anymore. We got engaged on April 1st, and it was the greatest practical joke I ever played on anybody because nobody believed you for a day.
I know, that was a stink.
Okay, I'm gonna be quiet again.
Okay, set the timer. Okay, fast forward to 2024, and more boys were coming out with allegations of him sliding into their DMs. And here's the thing. So these allegations are still, it's 2024, they're still popping up. There are still boys under the age of 18 saying that he is being inappropriate, whether that's in person or through apps. It's constantly being discussed online, and there's been apologies. But there's never been a change of behavior, right? So here's the thing. I wanted to tell you all of this to bring it back to the Spirit Airlines thing, right? Because everything I've described to you since this man was 17 is he's never had a real job.
Okay.
He went from high school to a CoverGirl contract, from a CoverGirl contract to Ellen, to 15 million people on YouTube. He was never a barista. He never waited at a table or did roll-ups. He never worked a real what's it called job? Not a real, he never worked at like a clothing store.
He never had a shift job.
He never had a shift job.
He never had a true boss.
Yeah,
exactly. He never had to worry about rent.
So he's never had a real fucking job, right? A real job out here in these streets where you have to work with people in customer service and get dirty and be exhausted and have people in a chain of command bear down on you, all kinds of bullshit.
And have repercussions for things that you didn't even have any responsibility for.
Also, the other part of this Venn diagram is he has had a life of incredible success while facing no consequences for his bad behavior. If anything, all of these basically catastrophic events, he has ended up more popular. Because like anytime somebody calls him out, the comment section will be like, oh, you're all doing too much. It's not that deep, blah, blah, blah. He currently has 40 million followers on TikTok.
On TikTok, he has 40 million?
40 million on TikTok. Okay?
That's crazy.
So.
Who the fuck is following him?
Apparently, everyone.
That's what's wild is like, there's also... I think the other thing, too, to keep in mind, that we have to keep in mind with the internet, which I think a lot of people are brain broken about, is that the internet is now more international than it's ever been.
Yeah.
And so a lot of them are outside of the United States. There's also a thing, especially on TikTok, where once your account gets to a certain size, it attracts bot accounts and others out there who aren't necessarily even interacting, but they're just kind of there and they're existing in there to pop in just to do scams.
Yeah. I saw that the Instagram and the Threads, they just deleted a lot of bots.
Yeah.
And it was very funny because people were like on Threads being like, I don't know why I just lost 50,000 followers. All these people were like posting about how they lost these followers. And I was like, I didn't lose any followers.
I didn't know either.
That's right.
I didn't lose any either.
No bot follows me.
Yeah, well, I've had bot spikes here and there, but mine are always around election time.
Yeah, of course.
Because they come in because they're trying to influence what I'm saying in the comment section.
Yeah.
And I'm always just like, I don't read you. The only comments I read are down here on this fucking YouTube channel and on our Patreon and on our secret YouTube.
Yep.
Because we do a whole show where we react to your comments called The After Party, which you only get at pearlmania500.net.
Patreon exclusive content.
Yeah, it's a Pearl Maniac Patreon parasocial podcast.
We ate a bunch of shrimp tacos yesterday about it.
Yeah.
Anyway, this all goes back to him on front of his phone wearing an expensive ass robe in his beautiful $1 million mansion, screaming into his phone because why were you in your DMs at all? Why,
James Charles.
At this point, James, stay out of them.
Yeah.
If anybody needs to get in contact with you, I know you have a management team that gets your emails. You should get your emails and contacts from there. There is no reason for you to ever open the DMs of any app.
Meta Business Suite. Use Meta Business.
It is probably being used by a social media manager on his team. There's no way that he is doing that himself.
Yeah.
He absolutely has to have a team. And so why the fuck were you in your DMs anyway? And then he started this yelling at this woman about her GoFundMe. I have a note here. It was for $1,100.
$1,100?
That's what her goal was.
Her goal was $1,100?
Yes. And she was like, anything. She would have accepted basically a share. A share on Instagram would have changed her life. For
that is,
sure.
Can I just tell you, $1,100. $1,100. I know what that's for. That is just to float until unemployment might be able to start.
Exactly.
Because this government, which I remember, by the way, James Charles, you don't even have something in there from 2024. I remember your dumbass screaming that people shouldn't support Joe Biden because you said Joe Biden overturned Roe v. Wade because you don't understand what the fucking Supreme Court is because you were doing makeup instead of listening in fucking civics class, you dumb bitch. This is fucking insane. And the reason why that person is going to wait longer for employment is because so many things got doged and cut and so many benefits are being held back. Because currently, the President of the United States is demanding a $10 billion personal payout.
Yeah.
The President of the United States is spending $500 million a day to fight an illegal war that nobody fucking wants, James Charles. And instead, you want to scream at some lady who probably sent out a fucking blast DM to every fucking celebrity she could think of, who was probably thinking, you know what? I bet these celebrities might at least post it to their stories.
Yeah.
And that way they can get a little good PR.
Yeah.
You dumbass. So you could have just, again.
You could have just ignored it.
You could have just ignored it.
You could have just ignored it.
The way you ignored all those people saying they were 16.
So he tells her to stop begging for money, to go get a new job, blah, 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 blah. It's, I will have notes here about how much money he's made. It's estimated that back in 2020, his YouTube videos would clear approximately $25,000 per video, just in AdSense.
Yeah.
So he also sold millions and millions of ugly eyeshadow palettes with this company called Morphe, and they actually can't even discuss how much money he made, but he didn't get paid like $2 million that they owed him, and they filed for bankruptcy, and there was a whole lawsuit. But he had to argue over $2 million like nonchalantly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Anyway.
Real fast. Do we know how much because he deleted the original TikTok video, right?
He did, but I got it.
I know, but is it over a minute?
It might be. It might be monetizable. Yeah, he might.
Because on TikTok, if it's over a minute, it is monetized.
Yeah,
it's just how it is.
He released 2 apology videos. I wonder.
Were they over a minute?
They might have been. I think he deleted both of them.
Did he delete both of them?
He's just deleting stuff. Like it's like crazy to delete it because everybody's screen recording it.
It's already been recorded. But also, then the other thing too with deleting them, is that then they also, especially deleting the apology videos, because everyone's already reacting to them.
Yeah.
Because that's what really started spreading it. People were. I didn't even see the initial of him screaming.
Listen, I didn't see the initial. I saw Jackie Aina, whom I love, make a video, and I was like, "Why is Jackie Aina talking about James Charles?" One time, we saw Jackie Aina. Can I talk about this real quick?
Go ahead.
We went to the White House for their Christmas dinner thing, and it was the last time we were there. Because we're probably never gonna. That doesn't even exist anymore.
Yeah, that wing doesn't exist anymore.
That wing got knocked down.
In it. We were in the East Wing of the White House, and they ripped it down
for the Christmas party.
Yeah, it's so funny because Kaylin Allen, who was also there,
love you, Kaylin.
We love you, Kaylin. Really made a video of him walking around like touching different things and being like, "We'll never see this again."
Kaylin and I both walked around and we're just touching things and being like, oh, they're never inviting us back. But we didn't realize
that they were going to tear down the fucking big
down. Anyway, while we were there, I saw Jackie Ina. I was so Star Trek, I didn't say hi.
Yeah.
But I was just like, oh my God, that's Jackie Ina. And you were like, what? And I was frozen like a deer in headlights as she sparkily walked by. She's 5'0". She's teeny tiny. And I was just like, oh, it's Jackie Ina.
Yeah.
Anyway, Jackie.
Meanwhile, I was taking selfies with Hunter Biden.
Yeah.
No one could ever cancel my king. Okay. All right? Everybody else in the Epstein list, Hunter Biden smoking crack on a laptop.
And you know what? Only good reviews.
No, that's what's crazy.
You don't often hear people come forward and be like, no, I smoked crack with him and he was really nice.
Yeah, he played Fleet Foxes for me for the first time. And people were like, what the fuck? Like, that came out that was in court testimony about Hunter Biden. No one would ever say that about James Charles. No one would ever be like, oh yeah, me and James Charles, we smoked crack and listened to Fleet Foxes. No, you didn't. No, you smoked crack and listened to Pinky Up by Cat's Eye.
Oh, just a little bit of meth. So...
Honestly, no clips from this episode this week. We're not even going to try to make a YouTube short out of any of this.
Maybe.
No,
maybe Mr. Third could.
No, context collapse would kill me on this one.
Yeah, it's true.
Smoke crack and listen to Cat's Eye. Pinky Up. Pinky Up. Okay, sorry. I'm giving away too much about my FYP now.
The whole thing also, and the other thing that like I was thinking about while I was writing all this like history of this YouTuber stuff down, is that like back in 2016 to 2019, there was a thing on YouTube, specifically in the beauty community, where like flexing your wealth was like part of the brand. Like Jeffree Star used to like take tours of his mansion to show off his collection of Birkins that cost like $40,000 per purse. And he had like a safe that he had built in his house just to hold all of his Gucci. Like it was like showing off your exorbitant wealth in the beauty community was like part of the brand.
Yeah.
And so like we are at such the backlash to that like no one wants to see rich people being rich like that anymore. So for James Charles to be as wealthy as he is, to have not put in a lot of labor behind it, falling into success accidentally with no merit, in my opinion, or talent, like it doesn't fly anymore.
It's also the other thing too with the Spirit Airlines of it all.
Yeah, it doesn't fly like Spirit Airlines.
Well, but also with Spirit Airlines, there's a racial component to it.
Yes,
because Spirit Airlines was viewed as, because especially once it went under, like the most people who I saw really reacting to this were African Americans.
Yeah.
And it was black people talking about it. And a lot of people who lost their jobs at Spirit, especially from the customer service side, were black.
Yeah.
And so there's like assumptions that can be made because it's a low-cost airlines. It had a specific clientele base. And the way the reaction to it was sold in a certain way, even if you never even touched Spirit Airlines, there was like a stigma to it.
Yeah.
So him shitting on somebody who worked at Spirit was because he thought, oh, I'm so above them.
Yeah.
How dare you? How dare you come into his James Charles DMs?
The serfs shouldn't talk to me this way.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
And there's that extra part to it.
Yeah. So he makes the video. He screams. He makes 2 apology videos. He deletes them all. I believe he does. Now, he gets all this backlash. Jackie Ina makes the video. There's a lot of backlash. Discourses, they call it on the internet.
I saw so many. Jackie Ina was like the last reaction I saw, because I saw literally hundreds of videos of people being like, fuck you. Fuck you. I even thought about making one, and then I was like, I don't know.
You're like, I'm sure that my wife will make me sit down and listen to me talk about it.
I did not think that. I was just more of like, I don't want to be involved in the James Charles universe.
You're here now. So then I guess guilt and bullying kicks in, and he donates $500 to this young woman's campaign, her GoFundMe. And this is how people figured out that it was this girl, because there was a $500 donation from James Dickinson. James Dickinson.
He used his government?
James Dickinson.
There's an anonymous button.
Donated $500.
There's an anonymous button. There's an anonymous button,
and that's
James.
how people were like, wait, this must be the GoFundMe. Because basically the internet was like, they went to GoFundMe, ticka. They pulled up every Spirit Airlines employee that has a GoFundMe, which is a lot.
That's just a lot.
And then the internet does what it does, and somebody sat there and searched, and they found one, which was a young woman, and they said, James Dickinson, And so then people were making videos about being like, I think this is the one, because James Dickinson donated $500 to it, which is a lot since everybody else's is like $5 or $10, because everybody else's donating only has $5 or $10 to spare. Then yesterday afternoon, today is the 14th. Yesterday afternoon, Gypsy Rose Blanchard got on her TikTok and donated $500 to the girls' GoFundMe, right? And then I guess like that caused enough ruckus, along with all the other heat that's happening, that another donation was made to her GoFundMe from James Charles. And now it says James Charles, not James Dickinson. And it has like his YouTube PFP. That's what it's called, right? The PFP.
Profile pic?
Yeah. And it's an actual picture of James Charles. And that one has a $5,000 donation.
Okay.
Yeah.
A little late.
Her GoFundMe is currently up to $26,000.
Good.
Yep.
Good for her.
Yeah.
That's fucking crazy.
And all she needed was like 1 month's rent at a cheap apartment, $1,100.
No, but this will be good. I mean, like this is the 1,100 is probably to cover. It's probably not even to cover the apartment. Honestly, it's probably to cover car note, insurance, gas, cell phone bill. Because that's the other thing too. You have to realize when you are facing losing everything. Honestly, the last bill you can let go these days is the cell phone.
Yeah, you need it to apply for jobs, to do callbacks,
to get emails, to fake that side of things, because they'll need that over an address. You can fake an address.
Yeah.
That's the difficulty is like, and that's where the settings are. It's so fucked up. It's just so fucked up.
It is fucked up. And that's why I get so mad when I'm like reading about these GoFundMes, because like, it's such a failure of our government, right? Because like everybody that has any type of big medical expense has to have a GoFundMe to pay for it.
If you have cancer, if you get into a car accident, if you have anything in the world that happens to you, there's actually, you know what? College Humor, Brennan Lee Mulligan did a thing about being the CEO of GoFundMe, and about how it broke his brain, as a sketch, and that was like fucking like 8 years ago.
I know.
And now we're sitting at a part here where 17,000 Americans lose their job at Spirit. And their first thought isn't, how is my government going to help me? Because the president of the United States is currently trying to turn the reflecting pool into a fucking... the Washington Monument reflecting pool into an actual pool. He is demanding $10 billion. The Secretary of Transportation is rock climbing with his 9 kids on a fucking cruise ship.
Who knows what's on the cruise ship?
That they're all paying $1 million to put Toyota logos in. It's a whole thing. But yeah. Yeah.
And so I was like, I got really frustrated about how our government is such an incredible failure that we all have to rely on GoFundMes to help with unemployment, employment protections, medical, blah, blah. So then I'm online, as I am, and I start researching employment protections. And I fell down this rabbit hole, and I found this lady, Frances Perkins. And I wanted to explain her, but I feel like we don't have enough time.
Well, what does Frances Perkins do?
Okay, Frances Perkins is basically the central architect of the New Deal, and she also made so many employment and labor protections that Roosevelt hired her.
FDR.
Yes.
Okay, so that feels like a lot. How many pages do you have over there?
It's like 3 or 4.
That's like 4 pages. Babe, that's like a whole other. That's like beyond an addendum.
But
I'm sorry, and we've already gone so long.
Cool.
I know, but you spent so much time telling me about how James Charles possibly grooms minors and gets canceled every fucking hour that I don't think we have time to cover this important lady from history. Okay, here's what I'll do.
Yeah.
Let's split the baby, okay?
Yeah.
And what that means is we'll turn the cameras off. We'll do audio that we'll put over on the Patreon.
A Patreon exclusive?
We'll do a Patreon exclusive, and we'll release it on Tuesday. So that way everybody gets to they can have the fun James Charles. And if you want to hear about this, because I can't make the episode any longer. Mr. Third has to be able to edit.
Yeah.
We need to give him time to be able to get this out on time. Okay.
But she has a connection to Philadelphia. She was going to be on my way back.
Oh my! I'm wearing.
We had complaints last week that I didn't get it back to Philly.
Okay, well,
I was gonna.
Well, and then you can find out then. So join us at promania500.net. You can get the Patreon exclusive that'll drop on Tuesday of the audio of Mrs. P connecting James Charles to Philadelphia, all while I wear my beautiful.
Yeah, go Birds. Sow the seeds of victory.
Yeah.
I did a football jersey. It's
Yeah,
really cool.
a green football jersey, which you can get down in the link in the description below. All right, Mrs. P, any other words before we go? Join us on Tuesday. How about that? That's the best way to close it out. We'll see you there. Like, subscribe, comment, 5 stars.